Brittney Griner has been moved to a penal colony in Russia. The WNBA star's appeal to her 9-year sentence for drug possession was rejected last month. Griner was convicted in August after Russian police say they found cannabis oil in her luggage. The U.S. says she's being illegally detained. Meantime, a pivotal change in Ukraine as Russian troops withdraw from a key Ukrainian city. Losing Kherson would be one of the biggest setbacks for Moscow in this war. It is the only capital Russia has captured in the country. But President Zelensky warning the withdrawal could be a way to trap Ukraine into a battle over the port city. Let's bring in Bryan Clark, senior fellow and defense analyst at Hudson Institute. Bryan, thank you so much for being with us. How significant of a setback is this potential retreat for Russia? I mean, what purpose was it serving the Russian military strategically?
Yeah, Nichole, it's a big defeat for the Russians. This was the largest city that they had claimed. They've lost 50% of the territory that they had gained during the war thus far. So losing Kherson, the biggest capital, the capital of one of the 4 regions that they illegally annexed, it's a big deal. Also, once they go across the Dnieper River, they're back in a place where it's going to be very difficult to maintain that land bridge to Crimea that they've been prioritizing because it enables them to move troops and material directly from Russia to Crimea without having to use the Kursk bridge, which was recently damaged during the truck bomb attack, as we know, last month. So it really is an important region for them to hold. And as they move across the river, give up Kherson, they're going to be able to consolidate their lines and try to become more capable defensively. It'll slow the Ukrainian advance, but it's a big blow to the Russian offensive.
Well, Brian, there were reports that in private conversations, the U.S. was asking Ukraine to consider negotiating an end to this war. But now hearing about this retreat by Russia, is there any reason Ukraine would engage in any type of peace talks?
Well, I think they're going to be encouraged to continue to press the offensive. The Ukrainians are, the counteroffensive against Russia. So it seems like they're going to be less willing to negotiate after this success. I suspect, though, that the U.S. and allies are going to continue to press them to go to the negotiating table, because what's going to happen is the continued offensive is going to be difficult. They're going to have to move across the river now under fire, which makes it difficult for the Ukrainians to continue that move towards the east. And also, Russia has made very clear that they consider Crimea and some of these eastern territories to be part of Russia. They might react much more in a much more escalatory fashion if the Ukrainians continue their offensive. So I think there's going to be a lot of problems for Ukraine if they continue to move east even after they've taken Kherson. And I think the West is going to try to get the Ukrainians to negotiate to avoid Russia escalating in response.
Well, Brian, we only have about 30 seconds left, but is Putin running out of options?
Yeah, he is. I mean, at this point, it's just a matter of trying to consolidate their defenses, hold what territory they can, and try to seek a settlement that maybe keeps the territory that they've gained in Russian hands, and then try to end the conflict on those terms and make a frozen conflict that they can choose to restart later.
All right, Bryan Clark, we appreciate your time today, sir. Thank you.
Pleasure.
And that is, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.